Hi everyone, my name is Grace Cisna. I'm the CPA on staff with ProjectionHub, and today I wanted to take a little time to walk you through our in-home daycare Excel template. Before we dive in here, I want to point out some features of the template. Just like all of our Excel templates, you'll note that there are some input tabs in this light blue color down here at the bottom, and then there are matching light blue cells on all of those input tabs to direct you to the areas where you need to input data. Just like for all of our templates, if you have questions or you need this template modified or you need help filling it out, please reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com. It's fairly easy for us to modify these templates for you if there's something that's not quite working for you. So diving into the input assumptions tab, most of the data we gather on this tab has to do with the balance sheet. So we've got company name, start date, as well as investment amounts, accounts receivable terms, and inventory. And then we've gather some data on fixed assets and loans, and we're going to use this data to calculate not only the fixed asset and loan amounts, but also the depreciation expense and the loan interest expense associated with those items. On the next tab, we have the input revenue and cost of sales tab. This is where we're calculating your revenue and the cost associated with earning that revenue. So at the top, we've got an area where you can enter caregiver ratio. So this is the maximum number of children you can have for each caregiver in any sort of category here. And we recommend you consult your state and local laws for these ratios. Next, we move down to acquiring clients. So we look at acquiring clients as a function of advertising, as well as clients coming from organic sources. So friends of clients, word of mouth, advertising, not advertising, but your sign outside your building and stuff like that. Those would be organic sources. So clients from advertising, clients from organic sources give us our total number of new clients within a month. In order to get to the number of children you have then at the daycare, we would do some sort of number of children per client. And then we also want to talk about children who leave or age out each month, as that's a common thing for daycares. Then to get our total number of children at one time, you should refer to state and local laws. And then you look at the number of hours per child per week, and this helps us calculate how many total children can be enrolled in the daycare. Because if you could have 12 at a time, but everyone's there for only 20 hours at a time, 20 hours a week, you can have, in this case, up to 24 clients, assuming you're open for 50 hours per week. So the model is going to calculate the total number of children you can have enrolled in the daycare. In this case, the total capacity is 24. Once we figured out the total number of children in the daycare, we need to figure out revenue. So this box here enables you to enter an hourly rate for a child in each age group. And then in addition to the revenue or the hourly rate, we have the monthly cost of supplies per child per month. So this would be things like lunch and diapers and other supplies. The model then uses that information you provide to calculate the total daycare revenue and the cost of supplies. Once we have the cost of supplies calculated, the other part of cost of sales is the staff cost. So the model takes from what you entered at the top, the number of children at each category, and calculates out the required number of caregivers based on the children in each category. So the model will tell you the required number of caregivers per hour based on the number of children you have, and you have the ability to enter additional caregivers per hour. So maybe you are going to go above and beyond the law, or just to have extra overlap, you want some extra employees. So you can enter those here. The model is going to ask you if the owner plans to act as a caregiver. If they do, we'll exclude one person from the hourly pay. If they don't, then we'll count all of these caregivers into the hourly pay. And then the model calculates caregiver wages expense for you. So from this tab, we calculate our daycare revenue and then the cost of labor and cost of supplies. The next tab is the other expenses tab. So this is our other operating expenses that are not salaries or the cost of sales, which are both calculated on other tabs. So there's two ways to enter operating expenses. There's the fixed method where you enter just the flat amount per month. In some cases, you might have a revenue or an expense item that's calculated as a percentage of revenue. Most commonly, this is credit card fees. So you can use the model here to calculate an expense as a percentage of total revenue. So if you are using the percentage of total revenue method, make sure you enter your percentages in this format, like 0.02 as opposed to 2%. The next tab is the Salaries and Owner Draw tab. So if you have any salaried employees, they would be entered here. In this case, I use the example of an admin person or a receptionist. And you would enter their salary here, any taxes related to that person, benefits, their starting month and ending month, and annual raise. And then at the bottom, you're able to enter owner draw. So if you're owning the business and you're paying yourself by drawing funds from the business, this is where you would enter it. So once you have everything built into the input tabs there, you can jump on over to the output tabs. The first output tab is the at a glance tab that shows you some neat graphs and charts based on the data you've provided. So this is really helpful just to digest the data in smaller bites here. We've got summaries of the financial statements, break-even analysis, looking at your operating cash flow, and some other charts below. The next three tabs are the financial statement summaries, so the income statement, the cash flow statement, and the balance sheet, showing each for the end of the 5 years of the model. So we've got the income statement, the cash flow statement, which is very similar to the income statement, but includes things like cash from investments and cash paid for fixed assets. And then the balance sheet, which is the assets, the liabilities, and the equity. Note that our balance sheets will always balance. If you're creating a model on your own, you might know that creating the balance sheet is one of the hardest parts of creating the model, as you usually have to plug something to get it to balance. But all of our calculations are happening behind the scenes, so you're never going to have to plug it to get it to balance. It's just going to balance for you. In addition to those summaries, we also have those same three financial statements, but in the month-to-month format. So the income statement, here's the cash flow statement, and then the balance sheet, just showing every month for 5 years, to just help you plan in a little more detail. In addition to those output tabs, we also have the investor dashboard, which is a way to help you play with different scenarios of the model. So on this model, we kind of break out some of the major assumptions from the revenue model, such as maximum children, average hours per child per week, etc. And we help you play with the assumptions. So change the assumptions here in blue. And then that filters down to create the original income statement, which actually comes from the income statement summary. So that's based on the other inputs on these other blue tabs here. And then the modified income statement, which is based on your inputs up here. So if you want to see what would happen if you were able to have more children at the daycare, or the supplies cost was lower, etc., you can see how that would affect your income statement here, which is just a great way, again, if you want to play with different scenarios and see what it would take to raise your revenue. All right, so that is a brief overview of our in-home daycare center template. If you have questions, please reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com, and we will be happy to help.